Paxton works at the Blue Mountain Quarry near the Skarloey Railway. He takes trucks of stone from the quarry to the harbour at Barrow and Furnace on the mainland. Paxton is a friendly diesel and is popular with all the engines. But this wasn't the case when he first came to the island. The yards over at the big station were busier than ever. More and more ships came to the harbours with many goods for the island. Duck, the Great Western engine, was busy shunting trucks into various sidings and platforms. We just can't understand it. This railway has seen an increase in goods in the last 3 months, and the Fat Controller still hasn't brought in an extra engine to help with all this work. You're just tired, Duck. I thought you did your work without fuss. The Great Western Way, as you call it. Is the Great Western Railway full of complainers? Teased Henry. Complainers, are we? That's real funny coming from an engine who went on strike and was afraid of a few drops of rain. The two engines argued until Sir Charles Topham Hatt came to stop the noise. Quiet, please, quiet! Now then, I have some important news. It's become apparent that you, Duck, are in need of some assistance. So, I have brought in an engine to help you with the shunting. It will arrive here first thing in the morning. Duck received the news with acclamation. Early the next morning, Duck was filling up with coal when he heard an unfamiliar horn. Start the new engine? Asked Duck. Looks like it, replied his driver. The new engine pulled up beside him. Sir Charles Topham Hatt stepped down from the cab. Duck, this is Paxton. He'll be helping you around the station yard. Good morning. Pleasure to meet you, Duck. Duck scowled at the new engine crossly and hissed steam loudly. Paxton looked confused. Now, settle down, Duck. I understand you've had a bad experience with diesels, but that's in the past. Now, please, be a good engine and show him round the yard. Yes, sir. Come along, Paxton, he said, and Paxton soon rolled away with him. The two engines were soon put to work and were both running the yard smoothly. But Duck was still doubtful. I'm always welcoming of newcomers, but I can't trust Paxton. A diesel just like that dodgy one that came here before. I know about your history with diesels, Duck, but not all of them are bad. Take a look at Rusty, Daisy and Mavis. I even heard it from Edward that Burker was quite pleasant too. But the memories of old are still lingering on in my mind. Whenever I see his kind, I'm always reminded of that devious diesel. You shouldn't dwell on the past, Duck. It may be hurtful, but sometimes you need to let it go. Later on, Sir Charles came to see Paxton. Paxton, since things are quiet in the yards for now, I want you to collect some empty trucks from Barrow and bring them to the harbour here. Yes, sir. Hello, what's the matter? That Great Western tank engine is nothing but trouble. Great Western tank engine? Over at Barren Furnace, Paxton rolled into the yards to collect these empty trucks.
Oh, it's you. What's a goody two-shoes Diesel like you doing here?
I'm here to collect some empty trucks, Diesel. And a good thing too. At least I won't have to deal with that Great Western fusspot for a while.
Great Western, you say? Why?
And Paxton explained. Diesel smirked to himself as he listened to Paxton's story. Back on Sodor, Boko and Duck were talking like old friends. Earlier, Boko had asked Duck to stay in the shed with him. The Great Western engine was skeptical at first, but welcomed the Diesel when he mentioned that he and Edward were good friends. Duck told Boko about his experience with Diesel when Boko began to press him about Paxton.
There's no reason to discriminate against us Diesels. Not all of us are devious and boastful, and we don't hate steam engines either. Certainly not wise old engines like Edward. I now know what that devious Diesel has put you through, but it's no good to dwell on the past.
That's basically what Henry told me. What a foolish engine I've been. Paxton, I want to talk to you. Well, I don't. I met up with my brother who you had conflict with when he first came to Sodor. He told me that you've treated him like dirt by making you pull the wrong trucks out in the yard. You hate our kind! Duck, there's a shipment of meat to the yards. I want you to take it to Barren Furnace to go to the shops in the town. Yes, sir. As Duck was taking the meat shipment to the other end of the line, Paxton had to shunt the yards on his own.
So, how was the yard?
Asked Henry. It's good, replied Paxton.
And Duck?
What's your concern about him? He's nothing but trouble, that Great Western stuck-up. And he told Henry what Diesel had said.
Oh, him. I know that Diesel all too well. He made us believe that Duck caused us some grief. Turned out that he was lying.
What do you mean?
After his conflict with the trucks, he said that Duck called us names behind our backs.
And he told Paxton about the nicknames that Diesel had given them.
Yes, very flattering. But it was Diesel who called us those names, and made the trucks believe that they had come from Duck.
So you say, but my brother never mentioned anything about any of you, or any nicknames. Paxton rolled away laughing. Over in Barren Furnace, Duck had met up with Diesel, and the conversation wasn't pleasant.
It was your fault with those trucks. You made them laugh at me because you told me to get the wrong trucks out. I'm revolutionary, don't you remember?
My fault? You were the one acting all rev-a-thingy, and showing off by stupidly taking the wrong trucks when they clearly weren't mine. You should be ashamed for making Paxton believe that rubbish you told him, just like you did to Gordon, Henry, and James.
Why should I? That brother of mine is so naive that he'll believe anything.
Duck fumed. You are a terrible brother. The two engines were shouting words at each other until the station master blew his whistle to settle down the argument. Now look, you can argue over who's in the wrong, or you can resolve it and keep your railways moving. So that big green engine was right. You played a trick on me. You've called him the other two names and pinned the blame on Duck when in fact it was all you. And now you've done the same to me, lying about Duck causing you grief. All that you've done was create a fake story. You really are a terrible brother.
No one should treat their brother like that.
Thank you for defending me, Duck. You ever heard all that? Indeed. Well, I'm very happy to hear those kind words. I'm sorry for being so rude and unwelcoming to you. It was the wrong way of doing things when I should have done it the Great Western way. That's all right, I understand now. But what do you mean by the Great Western way? Come along, Paxton. When we get back to Nafford, I'll show you all there is to know about the Great Western way.